All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday today. We're back out here. It's a very cold day in Chicago. It's been way too cold. It's very annoying. But Houston on Tuesday, it looks like it's going to be in the 80s. Oh my goodness gracious. I cannot wait. Once again, guys, the link to the Discord, my Twitter, my Instagram, all that good stuff is in the bio. If you guys want to meet up in Houston, that is the best way to kind of get that going. So today I want to talk about a player that I think the Houston Rockets could target, or maybe like a plethora of players. I've talked about these guys before, but the Houston Rockets are just in a very interesting situation because you've got Christian Wood wanting max contract in about 2 years. Personally, not a huge fan of max contracts because it's going to kill us long term, but we'll see what happens with Christian Wood. And then you've got John Wall, who is just super expensive. And Kelly Olynyk, I would really want the Rockets to try to re-sign Kelly Olynyk if they can. If not, I'm a little worried about that power forward position / center position because, first off, Christian Wood has done a great job at adapting to center. But all the other power forwards that I think the Rockets would have their eyes on are essentially way too expensive. Like, I've made a video about John Collins. I made videos about Lauri Markkanen. I personally think they're way too expensive because they're both going to want max contract, and those are definitely not players I want to give max contracts to. So if the Rockets can, first off, if they were to actually draft Evan Mobley, that would be awesome. Like, I wouldn't sit here and complain that getting Evan Mobley, a big man, would be huge for the Houston Rockets because, first off, it helps not complicate that backcourt. And we have so many guards that this team is so complicated as it is. If you bring in a Jalen Suggs, if you bring in a Cade Cunningham, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what happens because you've got three dudes who can play point guard right there. Kevin, John Wall, Cade, and then, Cade or Jalen, I should say. And Jalen Green's actually really enticing to me too, just position-wise, because he's fits positionally perfect. I mean, a small forward would be absolutely essential for this team. But this is what I think the Rockets should do. I personally, under this inclination, under this hypothetical, I think that the Rockets get that first pick and they get Cade Cunningham. So maybe it's too good to be true already right out of the get-go, but let's say they actually get Cade, and let's say they actually re-sign Kelly. So we're going into next season. We've got John Wall, we've got KPJ, we've got Jae'Sean Tate, a lot of guys looking at solid minutes. That's another reason I don't want to bring in a Kelly Oubre or even like an Andre Iguodala, Justice Winslow, somebody who's going to come in here and take at least 25 to 30 minutes a night at the worst case. That's not really what I want because I think personally Jae'Sean Tate and KJ, they have potential. Jae'Sean Tate has legitimate all-star potential just next season because of how multi-versatile he is. And if he can develop a consistent shot in the offseason, we are looking at a star player because he can lock down almost all 5 positions. I understand, like, he can pretty much lock down 4 positions easily. He played center in college. He played overseas. He has experience. He can score the ball. He can facilitate. He can rebound, steal, and he can block. He can do a little bit of everything. So I want to see Jae'Sean Tate back on this team next season, and I want to see him starting. So that's why I think getting – and here it is. I mean, honestly, like even a Tony Snell wouldn't even be the worst case. But I wanted to talk about Doug McDermott in this video because if you guys know, obviously I live here in Chicago. Doug McDermott was on the Bulls for a while, and the Bulls actually, I don't remember if it was 2 or 3. I want to say it was 3 first-round picks that they ended up giving up essentially for Doug McDermott, and it didn't pan out. It did not pan out. I mean, Doug, he's 6'7", 225, and he's only 29 years old, so he's not a veteran. Or I guess he is a veteran. He's not young, but he's not too old to, he's not broken walking across. It's not like we're getting Marc Gasol out here. So 29-year-old guy in his prime here, averaging a good season. He's played in 60 games, averaging just under 25 minutes. He's shooting 53% from the field, 39% from three. Keep in mind, he's a 41% three-point shooter. There's been seasons where he shot 50%. Last season, he shot 44%. His three-point shot coming into the NBA was already very good. He shot 43% in his second year, but it's just remained very, very solid. And then he's averaging 13.5 points per game and about 3.5 rebounds. So this is like one of the first seasons. And keep in mind, he's only shooting 4 threes a game. He's only making a 3.5 per game. He's scoring in other ways. So you get a guy, he's not great on defense, but this is a player who is not playing that many minutes. I mean, this is the most amount of minutes he's averaged in a season since 2016. In the 25 games he played with the Bulls, he averaged 0.1 more minutes right now. So this is a guy like you can do last season where he just played in 69 games, came off the bench for all of them, and played in exactly 20 minutes per game. That's essentially exactly what I want Doug McDermott for, because I think we need better three-point shooting at that position. I don't know what's going to happen with David Nwaba and Sterling Brown. I would love to get at least one of those players, but in a worst-case situation where you lose both of those two guys, first off, defensively, that's really bad, but Doug McDermott, you're just adding more versatility, especially with three-point shooting. And I love what Amari Brooks brings to the team, but getting rid of Ben McLemore, or, essentially buying him out, so getting rid of Ben McLemore, I mean, the three-point position, it's a little bit more iffy at this moment. So I know we just had an incredible three-point shooting night, and I'm not saying we don't have good three-point shooters, but I think in a world where you get Cade Cunningham, or you get, even Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, you get a point guard, maybe let's say Suggs or Cade. You re-sign Kelly. I think that a guy like Doug McDermott is a good way to go about. Just get more valuable role players that are going to help your team when they're not, it's not like when John Wall and Kevin and Christian are off the court, we're screwed. We still got scorers. We still got defenders. We still got it all. So I want to make this second unit as good as possible, because I think it's going to be, like, as of right now, it'll be led by DJ Augustine, and he is a very, very good backup point guard. So, honestly, I think the bench players, they really make or break a championship team. And if we want to get back to competitiveness and remain competitive once we're there, these are the types of players that I see could be very beneficial for us. So let me know what you guys think about this video. I really like Doug. If you want anyone else, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys want a specific video for the next one, and I'll see you guys there.